that will be a very good battle, him and Cucurella.
I think Cucurella's happy it's not Traore now of West Ham, isn't it? Because that was a man who didn't look very happy with life where Traore came.
I'm sure he's starting to come towards him. It was so funny.
Everyone got scared, didn't they?
That was one of the best moments of the whole season. It really was. Madueke's got a chance, we said. Again, I make no bones about the fact, countdown to the World Cup. Madueke plays one in the next month. He knows what's at stake here.
Look, you've got an opportunity. You have to take them. You don't know when these opportunities come when you're in a squad like Arsenal. So you have to take that chance right now and, you know, keep that jersey. You only borrow it. Borrow it as long as you can.
Absolutely. Still teeming with rain here in North London. About 10 minutes till kick-off at the Emirates. Before we get underway, a chance to win a big jackpot with our ITV7 football competition. Yeah, and it's easy to enter. You can download the ITV7 app or go to itv.com/ITV7 and answer 7 questions. Entry's free. You must be 18 or over to enter. The app is available on iOS and Android. You can only enter once per match and entries close at kick-off. 5 players were just one answer away from winning £10,000 last time out. So if you think you can go one better, then do give it a go.
Reawaken dreams. Sky Bet, sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
At Wren, you can get up to £1,000 cashback on selected Bosch appliances.
Someone be excited.
Wren, made for living.
A moment of calm. Brought to you by Twinings. Alive in every drop.
You want £1 million?
I'd love £1 million.
So you went to the birthday draw.
I'm entering the birthday draw.
It's a very personal draw. So you think of a very personal way to spend £1 million.
I could buy that thing I've always wanted.
And it's your lucky day, so you win the birthday draw. But your children have other ideas, and they come with stable costs. But hey, at least you're a millionaire.
And extremely expensive.
The birthday draw. Is it your lucky day?
When it comes to retirement advice, the last thing you want is to be put into a bucket. Seen simply as this type, that type, or the other type. At Fisher Investments UK, we never put you into a bucket. We always treat you as an individual, tailoring retirement advice that's just right for you. Fisher Investments UK, retirement advice that's as individual as you are.
Feel the power to lower prices with Tesco Club Card.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, we've got millions of free Shell Place holidays available. Jet2 holidays. Package holidays you can trust.
Football's ultimate elimination game just got bigger. The new league, every Premier League match week. Pick a team each week to stay in the game. You can win a share of the league jackpot. If you're the final one standing. Play final one standing for free at William Hill.
Enamel is your first line of defense against cavities and erosion. Pronamel Active Shield toothpaste gives stronger enamel defense from day one and 24-hour cavity protection. I would really recommend Pronamel Active Shield toothpaste.
And protect your little one's precious enamel with Sensodyne Pronamel for kids.
Enter the birthday draw now for your chance to win £1 million. The birthday draw. Is it your lucky day?
Last minute winners. Sky Bet, sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
Arsenal needed penalties against Crystal Palace to advance from the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. Tonight there will be extra time before penalties if aggregate scores indeed are level. No away goals in this competition. Got a bit of a light show here. I wonder if we've got a situation where Chelsea know they can't go chasing the game, because if they get caught on the break two behind, that might be it. At the same time, Arsenal don't mind as long as it stays 0-0 on the night. It could be quite cagey, I suppose, is what I'm saying.
I'm sure Liam Rossini does want his team to have a go. They have to try and get back into it. But maybe with Cole Palmer and Esteban on the bench, he might just keep it tight and look to use them as the game progresses.
I'd like to see Arsenal come out fast, to take some of those chances that we've been missing in early periods of the game, and try and get this game finished. See if we can take some of the chances that we should have taken at Chelsea.
Can I ask you in 20 seconds?
Yes.
Gyökeres.
Yeah, this is a perfect game for him. Slip, sliding, have shots, follow things in. See if you can nick a goal, get yourself on that, get yourself on a nice run. That's what he needs to do now.
He looks a little bit clumsy, but his goal-scoring record actually isn't at all bad, Carol. He's got a bit of a mixed press, hasn't he?
Look, and if he's going to play against a back three, he can get down the side of it today. There's going to be some opportunities for him. As Righty says, follow up on everything, get yourself a little tap in, be alert, be alive in that box.
I fancy him tonight. I fancy him in there coming tonight.
It's the League Cup semi-final. It's a London derby. There's so much at stake. So let's go up to the commentary box then. Let's say good evening to Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Good evening, everyone. We're in the midst of a light show, and the excitement about the place is palpable. Arsenal have skipped through to the last 16 of the Champions League. They've got a healthy lead in the Premier League, and they have a goal advantage in this semi-final. A terrific first leg, which ebbed and flowed, where Arsenal threatened to get away, but Chelsea kept reeling them in. And the new Blues boss, Liam Rossini, has started to establish his young Chelsea side as the comeback hits. They did it in Naples, they did it at the Bridge at the weekend, where they came back from 2-0 down at half-time against West Ham, and they have to come back tonight if they want to go through to Wembley. Can they do it again this evening? Can they stop Arsenal getting through to their first cup final since 2020? You'll find out next.
Super 6, proud sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV. With Virgin Media, it's the season for savings. Get smooth M250 broadband for our lowest ever price. Under £24 a month. Plus, switching is easy. We'll handle everything for you. Oh, there goes his scarf. Visit virginmedia.com.
The fully electric Volvo EX90 with safe space technology. Senses hazards and reacts. The Volvo EX90, designed to be the safest Volvo car ever made.
Super 6, proud sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
Well, Arsenal have not lost to Chelsea for a long time, and a jam-packed Emirates Stadium certainly doesn't expect that to change tonight. The Gunners make 3 alterations from the win at Leeds on Saturday. Jesus and Gyökeres both scored at Ellen Road, but Gyökeres is the one that keeps his place. Kepa Arrizabalaga saved the key penalty from Maxence Lacroix in the last round and continues to become goalkeeper. Eze hasn't started the Premier League since the 6th of December, but he starts tonight. No Odegaard for Arsenal either, and no Cole Palmer, Reece James or Pedro Neto for Chelsea this evening. The latter two are injured. Moises Caicedo missed the first leg through suspension. He'll be key to any midfield contest. He was sent off against Arsenal in the Premier League in November. We think it's going to be a back three for the first time since joining Arsenal for Liam Rossigna. He regularly used that system when he was at Strasbourg. It is a fight to the finish. Chelsea came back from 2-0 and 3-1 down in the first leg. They remained within touching distance of Arsenal. They've overturned deficits over the last week. They will hope they can do it again, but Arsenal are hoping to move a step closer to their first League Cup triumph since 1993. Terrific atmosphere and a sense of anticipation. Peter Banks, the referee tonight. We do have VAR. We could have the possibility of extra time before penalties tonight. It could be a long night. It could be a cracking night. Lee Dixon was in the squad the last time that Arsenal won the League Cup. Arsenal didn't quite shake off Chelsea in the first leg. How do they do so tonight?
Right, was it that long ago?
Only feels like yesterday.
I mean, the first game was a really, really good game. Brilliant contest. Hopefully we get the same again. I think it's perfectly poised because, as Karen said before the game, Chelsea have to come out at some point and attack. Well, I don't think they'll do it early on. I think they'll just sit back a little bit, bide the time. Only one goal in it, but it's beautifully poised.
Certainly is. We'll get the indication of how Chelsea are going to approach it as well. It does look as if they're starting with 5 struggling on the back, with Gusto playing at right wing back and Cucurella at left wing back. It's an interesting system. What will be the motivation for Liam Rossigna doing that?
Well, I think it enables the two wing backs to get really tight onto the pace of Martinelli and Madueke. I think we'll be quite wary of those two, and Cucurella is one of the best at getting tight to people, and as I said before, quite annoying to play against. And on the other side, Gusto's a good footballer, but he'll have his work cut out on the pace front with Martinelli on that left-hand side. So I think that might be in his thinking. And then the other three in the middle can just check for runners because they've only got Gyökeres to deal with, the three of them.
As I mentioned before, it's a system that he used regularly when he was at Strasbourg, Liam Rossigna, but he's only used it in-game, not started with it since moving to Chelsea.
What it does mean is that Arsenal at times will have an extra man in midfield if they so wish. Zubimendi, we know how deep he likes to drop, and Declan Rice also, but Ez is the one that's a big game for him, really is.
So it's been few and far between the Premier League since that game away at Aston Villa. He's in the team tonight, played a couple of the Champions League games at the end of the league phase where Arsenal had already secured qualification to the last 16. These two teams finished in the top 8 of that competition. Arrizabalaga in the League Cup final for Chelsea. Well, there was an era in which a visit from Chelsea to the Emirates would unsettle Arsenal. Physically bullied by Drogba, unhinged by Hazard, gutted by Giroud in Baku. It has been 4.5 years since Chelsea beat Arsenal in any competition, in any stadium. If they were to progress tonight, Chelsea would be only the 3rd team in history to reach a League Cup final after losing the first leg at home. The odds firmly stacked in Arsenal's favour.
Chelsea players have to deal with is the amount of changes that's going on at the moment. Looking at 6 or 7 at the weekend, there's been a chunk tonight as well. That just can upset a little team. I mean, they played 2 teams on the weekend, didn't they? The first half and the second half, because the first half, I think all 11 of them could have come off. It was so bad.
It's not a great pass back to Robert Sanchez, who had a difficult first leg at Stamford Bridge. Gabriel is captaining the team tonight in the absence of Martin Odegaard. Short for Timber, and then there's a collision between Cucurella and Timber. Referees allow play on because Enzo Fernandez has the ball. Jean Pedro turning into Saliba. Andre Santos. So Cruz past Leeds at the weekend. There's 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. They've been involved in 4 5-goal thrillers though in recent weeks. The first leg of this game, Cairo Almaty in the Champions League, Manchester United when they came here 10 days ago, the Bournemouth game. Only half of them went Arsenal's way. This is Martinelli. Lovely turn and run, and he's got space for Madueke on this near side, but he's being harassed by Caicedo.
Yeah, should have gone earlier. The ball was on, Madueke had made the space. Grass was there for him to pass it into, but just took a little bit too long on it, Martinelli.
Chelsea come out with a good shape and they've started aggressively.
At times when they've got the ball at the back and in midfield, Chelsea have got 5 strung across Arsenal's back line, so one of the midfield players has to go back, Zubimendi or Rice has to go back and help out.
Here's Martinelli again. Trying to take on Fofana, who's gone out to meet him. He's got on the overlap, and the ball's gone central. Anticipated by Saliba. Arsenal on the front foot again with swashbuckling Timber. Sanchez under pressure from Gyökeres. Unnecessarily inviting a little bit of danger.
A certain person pitch side who might have thrown himself at that challenge.
Talking of throwing himself at challenges, Jurrien Timber has been all action in the first few minutes of the game, and those two, Cucurella and Timber, have come to blows on a couple of occasions. There was one of them.
Yeah, looking for a bit of help from the referee's assistant there, didn't get him. Yeah, keep your eye on that.
Niggles in the first leg between these two. Of course, if you were watching the Premier League game between these two back in November, that was quite spicy as well. Moises Caicedo being sent off in the first half. Chelsea taking the lead, then take back. A goal from Mikel Merino. Here's Liam Delap trying to capitalise on a bit of an error inside the penalty area by Arsenal.
Yeah, Saliba just tried to intercept it. It looked like he was trying to pass it to Zubimendi. Actually, it was probably a bad touch, but Zubimendi a little bit on his heels there. Can't afford that in the box.
Zubimendi's been pretty good in an Arsenal jersey, but he did make an uncharacteristic mistake in the game against Manchester United 10 days ago.
I think that's the first one I've seen him make, to be fair. It's been pretty heroic since he's come. He's settled into this team brilliantly well. He loves to drop deep, and that's sometimes you get caught with the ball in that area. But a sloppy pass from him. There's quite a few sloppy passes in that Manchester United performance, to be honest with you, unlike Arsenal.
Back at the weekend, and Zubimendi actually unlocked the game at Ellen Road with the opening goal. Brilliant header from a very good Madueke cross, and he'd just stepped in for the injured Saka, who'd picked up an ailment in the warm-up ahead of that game at Ellen Road at the weekend. That's why Saka's not involved tonight.
It's a great position for Meza. First time we've seen him in that little 10 role just beyond the midfield, linking play up.
This is Nkapia. Gabriel. as soon as Arsenal retreat to their own half, pushing up to the halfway line. Senior has only lost once as Chelsea boss. Guess who that was to? The man standing across from him tonight in the home dugout, Mikel Arteta and his Arsenal team. Apart from that, he has won 6 of his 7 games as the Chelsea head coach. All 6 of his domestic games, weirdly, have been London derbies, so he's been thrown in at the deep end. Position that Liam Delap is taking up over far on the right-hand side, Lee. With João Pedro being the point man through the middle and Enzo Fernandez almost playing in a sort of half-left position.
Yeah, Gusto pushes up, plays the mirror position from Fernandez into that inside right position. So they have like 5 up front, as you said, Delap on that right-hand side.
João Pedro doing well to emerge away from Saliba. He's in good form at the moment, João Pedro. Cucurella, by Urian Timber, and Awake trying to get over, and he was very physical with Cucurella. Cucurella didn't quite like it, but referee saw no problem.
He did well there, Cucurella, to get up, because he could quite easily take the tumble and just stay down there and try to get a foul given or a booking made. It was a fierce challenge after the ball had gone.
Just ingratiating himself again to the Arsenal crowd. They certainly have taken to him now after all that nonsense when he first signed. He has made a real impact in an Arsenal jersey. Looked dangerous. He got an assist at the weekend and he was credited with a goal as well, eventually.
Thomas Tuchel's a big fan as well, so watch that space. Interesting what you said, Sam, about Chelsea pushing up that 5 when Arsenal got the ball. Gyökeres isn't really the one to run the back 3 into the channels for me. It's not his game. He's big and strong and he's relatively quick when he gets going, but it's not his game. So Arsenal with their wide men needs an out-to-in run, or they need a midfield player to make a run, and Ezra's in a prime position for that. Haven't seen him do it just yet. Not prepared to go beyond that back line, but at some point they need to stretch Chelsea.
Both sides from Cucurella and from Enzo Fernandez. Madueke did lose his boot in that exchange. Gusto coming in field to pick up the ball. Santos, Enzo Fernandez. Madueke still hasn't been able to put his boot on yet. Flick by Malagusto, but well read by Saliba. Tidied up by Arida Balaga.
Good position from the goalkeeper that, because that could have been a bit of a foot race there. But he's in a great spot, just on the edge of his box for any loose balls going through.
Side and trying to cause trouble for Piero Hincapié. Entirely sure there was much difference between that challenge and some of the other robust collisions we've had so far, but the free kick has been given for Arsenal.
Still not got his boot on.
It's difficult to do those shoelaces up though when you've got gloves on.
There lies your problem. Don't get me going on gloves.
On tonight. None for Liam Rossigna though, and the glasses have gone as well because of the weather, I think. Arteta and Liam Rossigna both played one another in an FA Cup final, would you believe? Arsenal against Hull 2014. Arteta was the Arsenal captain. Hull took a 2-0 lead in that game in the first 10 minutes side, and Arsenal had to mount a stunning comeback, and they eventually did that in extra time. Against the winning goal. Liam Rossigna actually was forced off in extra time, injured during that FA Cup final. FA Cup is the one honour Mikel Arteta has won as the Arsenal boss. And semi-finals have been a bit of an issue for Arsenal since then. They're in a commanding position in this game, and actually talking to Ian right beforehand, he was suggesting that they probably should have been in a more commanding position after that first leg.
Cagey,
Just a bit.
both sides. Obviously, Chelsea are the ones that have got a really good shape and are just holding lines and not necessarily going on a full press. They're just saying to Arsenal, how are we going to get through us? At the moment, they're finding it difficult to break that blue line at the back.
Eze might be the one to do that. And the Martinelli, who's collided with Moises Caicedo. And he brings that back to midfield, Moises Caicedo. Him and Declan Rice, between them, probably two of the biggest competitors in that middle area of the pitch. They rarely come into each other's orbit, but they're amongst the best midfield players in the Premier League right now. League ball winning distribution. Caicedo in particular has added more than his fair share of goals this season. Here's Rice. Picking out Martinelli. Farmer goes across to him. Gusto backing him up. Martinelli's got Gyökeres and Eze in the centre. Madueke's come in as well. So getting the ball in, he's gone wider down towards the corner flag, and Arsenal reset.
Yeah, he's got to slim that in as soon as he gets on his left foot. Arsenal have 5 players in the box.
Madueke trying to tease his way past Gyökeres. Wanders him off the ball. It was Gyökeres who was involved in a collision with him where he lost his shoe, but now the boot's on the other foot.
Yeah, he did well. He redeemed himself. Looked like he'd been done for pace there. Showing him down the line. Madueke said, right, I like that invitation. Looked like he was just going to toe poke it past the defender, but fair play to him. He's a tenacious little full-back.
Well, they are the set-piece kings, and I know that Daniel Farke was trying to limit the number of corners that they gave away, but watch what Chelsea are doing here. They've sent 3 players sprinting forward up to the halfway line just before the kick was about to be taken. The referee has now thwarted their plan because he's blown to have a word with the Arsenal and Chelsea players colliding in the centre.
No, he's not thwarted it. They've still got 3. He's taken 3 players out the box that would normally be in and around the box, and I like that. I think that's really good management, bit of coaching. Do you know what? Take somebody out the box and put them at the other end. That's exactly what Arsenal had to do.
28 goals from set pieces. Ball in towards Capio this time, and it goes out for another corner. I think that Chelsea wanted the element of surprise there, though, Lee.
No,
it's taken away from them.
Absolutely, yeah. Element of surprise. Be interesting to see whether they do it again. You might have been spot on with that, but I've said time and time again, if you players like to do corners.
Is there a hand here from Fofana?
Yeah, there is, but it's not handball. If that makes sense. He's kind of leaning towards it. It's nothing doing. And they're doing it again. So you just watch now who has to come back. They have to put 3 back as opposed to 1. So it's good coaching that.
Ball into the near post. I don't know where Sanchez was going, but he wasn't going to get the ball. Luckily for him, Chalobah got it away. Here's Eze. Capio trying to get a shot away, saved by Sanchez. It comes back to Gabriel.
First road transfers.
Arsenal would have preferred that to fall at the feet of Martinelli or Gyökeres.
Well, it's a spectacular. tell you what you might see the next coming weeks from corners that Arsenal get, the same thing, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine a while ago about corners and teams that are really good at them. I said just put 4 up front and they've got to leave 5 back, goalkeeper 6, somebody taking the corner 7. That means they've only got 4 players in the box. I tell you, it's worth having a look at. It's well played from Mr. Racine.
Whether he takes credit for it or the credit goes to Bernardo Cueva, who is the set-piece coach. We'll maybe have to inquire a little bit later on, but certainly was something different to try and thwart the set-piece kings of Europe. Chelsea defensively are going to have to try and find a way to keep Arsenal out. They can't afford to concede the first goal. Martinelli in behind that high line, pulls it back, looking for Eze. Didn't quite reach his intended target, but that's the first time we've seen them spring that back line.
Yeah, big long ball over the top. They've not been able to do that with the shorter balls, but on that occasion, kept pinging it 60, 70 yards to Martinelli running into that channel. Really good ball. There's another coming together. Cucurella's having to go at everybody at the moment. Or banging into everybody, should we say.
Cucurella and Zupermendi have just gone down. And the VAR is just having a quick look at it. I don't think it's any more than that. But in the last 13 months, he has sent off Peter Banks, Cucurella twice, and Robert Sanchez. Just have a look at the bottom of your screen.
He knew what he was doing. He knew he was running into him and stopping him. But mind you, he could get sent off in the telephone box on his own, Cucurella, couldn't he?
Zupermendi that was holding him on that occasion. Here's Chalobah trying to dig out a clearance, looking for Gusto. The imposing Gabriel outmuscles him. Might be in a bit of a gap here for Martinelli. It was a brave header from Trevor Chalobah. To Chalobah, one of those confident passes. Never dealt with it. Pedro did well to get in front of Saliba. It's a free kick.
What a touch that is from Pedro. No right to win that. Saliba was there first, but his foot just poked out at the right time. Took a brilliant touch and then got fouled. Just that touch there, absolutely superb. There's the tug.
Caicedo, space for Enzo Fernandez, and a bit more for Cucurella down this left-hand side, who is not the most popular man at the Emirates Stadium. I don't think he minds that. Chalobah. Fofana has worked that out to Delamp.
Senior about 2 up top, didn't he? And he said maybe. Well, it's at times 3 up top, but they're nowhere near together on the left. Delamp's played basically on that right touchline, and he's made a couple of decent runs, you know, behind Nkapie. Just hasn't had the service.
Had the goalmouth action that maybe we had in the first leg yet, and we've only played 23 minutes, but it has been intriguing, hasn't it?
Yeah, chess match going on at the moment. It will open up even more as the game goes on. A few mistakes here and there. The pitch is quite slippy.
Chelsea quite happy to keep it as tight as possible, then maybe unleash some of their more creative talents from the bench later on. It's a cup tie, it's knockout football. It's all about trying to find a way to get to Wembley. It does feel quite tense and on a knife edge at the moment. First goal is so important in this tie. To Kepa Arrizabalaga. In the League Cup this season, also started the game at Cratton Park in the FA Cup and the one against Kairat. This is Zubamendi.
Kepa just gave Gabriel a ball there, and he had a little look over his shoulder when he passed it. It's as if to say, just don't do that again. No time at all.
Chelsea have got the press on here. Okay, comfortable dealing with the ball. Kepa doesn't mind it at his feet. Now Pedro lost his feet. It's not great from Declan Rice. Straight to Andre Santos. Delat. Caicedo. Has to shape that out to Malagusto. Santos. Enzo Fernandez. Andre Santos again. Just now coming in from right wing back into the centre of the park. He is Mr. Utility, is Malagusto. Delat's cross steered behind. It's going to go out for the first Chelsea corner of the game.
That's decent play from Chelsea. Good possession, spread out all over the pitch. They are in equal numbers, so there's always 2 or 3 passes on when a blue shirt gets it.
Quite found his goal-scoring rhythm, Liam Delat, at the top of the Chelsea formation. He played the 90 at the weekend. He was really good in the game against Fulham in the Premier League. He scored twice this season, but his hold-up play in that game at Craven Cottage was particularly impressive. And he's got a different role tonight. Will be a physical threat from these set pieces. Flown in towards that near post. It was Chelsea who got the first contact on it. Fafana couldn't head it towards goal. That's away from Gabriel. Comes back out to Chalobah. He scored against Arsenal in the league game earlier in the season, but he was miles away that time. Inch by Kukurai. Was on the floor. The referee wasn't going to give the foul until there was an intervention from, I think, one of his assistants.
Arteta absolutely furious with this towel. It wasn't actually that bad. He just clipped him. It looked worse than it was, and certainly Mikel's view looked like he stamped on the back of his Achilles. But he's kept him pretty quiet, hasn't he? Kukurea, Madueke's had one little run down the outside that he lost the tackle to. Other than that, not really having the ball.
Arteta, he's not the shy of retiring type. Doesn't mind expressing his views on the touchline. Most of the younger managers are a bit like that. He's very passionate, desperate to win. Speak to him and you get that steely feeling that he feels as if this is the time. They've, I think, strategically plotted their way through the season so far, Arsenal. Sometimes they've been accused of being a little bit pragmatic and cautious in games, but they've managed the season well so far. They do have a 6-point lead at the top of the tree. They could be going all the way in this competition. They are competing on all 4 fronts.
From the outside, from a fan's point of view, if they don't win it from here, then they never will. But they've been there at times and lost league run-ins. I know how difficult it can be, and we saw that against United. There was just a hint of nerves again in that game, and I think we lost that game because of feeling those horrible feelings you get when you start giving the ball away, you start losing impetus, and then the team you're playing against plays well and beats you, and then the response against Leeds was absolutely emphatic.
He said he had a beautiful meeting with his players last week in which he talked about the title charge, the quadruple quest being a moment to be enjoyed rather than endured.
I can guarantee I never had a beautiful meeting with George Graham ever. Arsene, couple, yeah.
Contract ones usually, I would imagine.
Not with George.
still nipping at the heels of Gusto. He wasn't going to give up, Martinelli, was he? Here's Liam Delap. Malagusto, side flag has stayed down for now. Sending towards Ento Fernandez. Can't reach him. I think the offside flag would have gone up anyway.
That's a poor cross from Gusto. It's a really good move. He gets in a load of space. All you've got to do is lift it, put some bend and whip on it, yes, but you have to miss the first defender.
Pedro was in such a good position by the penalty spot, unmarked as well. And if he had seen that movement from the Brazilian, that would have been the ball.
Well, you don't even have to see anything. You just need to put it into the area and just expect somebody to be there. Just miss the first defender at all costs.
Probably need to get a little bit more from Victor Gyökeres in the game. He's only touched the ball once so far in the opening 31 minutes.
Kick. He's not any supply, to be honest with you. Anything, they've not tried to get him in. I think if it was 0-0 and was trying to win the game, Arsenal, it would just been a bit too cautious with the side passing because they've never really looked up to lift it over the top.
Farmer and Chalobah declined the invitation to play the ball through the middle. They've gone wide to Madueke instead. It's cannoned off of blue shirts before Chelsea trying to merge with João Pedro's foul. The Arsenal fans think that's the right decision from Peter Banks.
He does hold the ball up well, doesn't he? He's got really good feet. He's strong, he gets his legs in the way, takes hits.
Gabriel Jesus under all that wet gear. So Ricardo Calafiori has come out to do their first warm-up.
Here's the pre-spill stadium.
Gabriel Jesus, he might be the one that sprint in behind if necessary.
Tell you what, it's a sub 30-minute mark.
Nothing screams you're in Dylan Moore. Paramount here.
Touchline, just
some scaffolding.
where you are.
Not only have we, that's what it is. Not only have we got this big exciting news that we're going to tell you about, we've got a new office.
We do, and it's very, very, very near to the dead towns.
Yes, furniture has started arriving. So, I am just going to put this out here now. Before next week, because all of the chairs have been
Chelsea are going to have to do a job to keep Arsenal out. Chelsea, a team that have kept us 2 clean sheets in their last 13 games against Campos in the Champions League and Brentford in the Premier League, who they gave a bundle of chances to that day. These probably should have scored at Stamford Bridge that afternoon.
It's problem solving for all of you.
Chelsea do regularly score goals. They've registered in 35 of their last 36 games. Here's Martinelli speeding through and trying to test Chelsea. Good turn. Busco kept with it and stuck to his task. And it's a vital block.
Well, he made up for it because he got caught out. Just looking to position it. Turns his back on the ball. You cannot do that. You don't know where it is. He gets done on the inside, but to be fair to him, he gets back. And that block there has just stopped a goal, probably. Little lesson to full-backs out there. But turn your back on your ball. The ball in no man's land.
Arsenal just starting to find their rhythm. Chelsea have got to remain concentrated. Gyökeres has had more touches now. Capier on an offside position. He's reluctant to pick hold of the ball there, and eventually, as soon as he touches it, the flag goes up.
Finds himself on that left wing, desperate to get on his right foot. Thinks he's found a little gap and it all closes in on him. Game a few chances at the moment. Still interesting to watch though. Plotting the way through midfield, trying to find a way to the lap on the right. Cucurella's more or less playing as a left winger.
Hoping that Enzo Fernandez was going to burst beyond him. He didn't quite do that. But Chelsea were to equalise. It was 3-3 at full time. On aggregate, we would have extra time tonight and penalties. I'm introducing the first time in the Carabao at this stage of the competition. Previously, all the rounds 90 minutes and then straight to penalty kicks. Just give us a little bit to enjoy this evening. Saliba, straight to Andres Santos, and now Chelsea looking to get forward. Delap going through the middle, but the pass was too close to Gabriel. Chelsea will have to be a lot more accurate and precise if they're going to pierce the stubborn resistance of Gabriel and Saliba. Enzo Fernandez. Delap again peeling out to the right-hand side. Controlled it well. There was a handball there. Fafana. Santos. Towards Enzo Fernandez. Just being a little bit careful in possession, just making sure that they get a bit of feel of the ball. Steam out of the Arsenal attack, which has just started to build up a little bit of momentum. A couple of opportunities in the last 10 minutes or so. Timber's header away. Zubimendi helps it on. Gusto will get there first. Dispossessed by Carabao. Martinelli can go on a run. Fafana is trying to match him stride for stride, and he got there very quickly.
How quick did he look then? Martinelli had a bit of a run on him then. Do it.
Speed of acceleration, Wesley Fafana. He's very fast, he's a terrific defender. Came off the bench the weekend, delightful assist for João Pedro. Central position, he did that quite a lot at the weekend. João Pedro. So Fernandez. Chelsea again just carefully keeping the ball in opposition territory, not forcing the issue. While they're in possession, they know that they can't concede. Wait patiently for their opportunity.
It's a build-up play. Really attractive. Really nicely. Patience. No real massive press from Arsenal when they're doing that, so making it a little bit easier for them. But I think Cine will be quite happy with what he's seen. Like a goal, obviously, but from Arsenal's point of view, their passing is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, but the third one and the fourth one's got to go long. They've got to have some movement going forward into that gap behind that back line. They're not getting that at the moment.
Martinelli trying to skate past two defenders. Chris Hatchett bent his run in between was and where Carabao is. Chelsea emerge with the ball. Not enough pressure on the ball from Arsenal.
Nice sitting up. Gusto then, he saw him running into space, didn't look at it. And 2 balls on the pitch.
Just a moment ago, actually, Ian Delap picked it up, kicked it out into the crowd. It's been thrown back on from that end. It's the second time that's happened.
My favourite thing of all time now, an uncontested drop ball.
Oh, you like those, do you?
Yeah, they should be banned. should be taken out of the game.
You want two players kicking
Yeah,
seven
I've
bells
got
out
full
each other.
contest of them.
Like the old days.
Because they're old doesn't say they were bad.
Who said that? Sanchez 4. Chelsea 4 in the attack, come against 4 Arsenal bodies. Jean Pedro. Saliba is pulling on his shirt. Now Delat.
Again, really good ball of play, João Pedro. Very rarely loses the ball.
I think he's quite like the change of manager. He seems to have thrived under Mourinho. He's got 12 goals so far this season. 6 games that he's featured in since the new coach took over. Chelsea have won a corner. And that's the patience, that's where it comes from. You keep the ball in those areas, something might happen, something might fall for you.
Clear the back just enables those three to move across the pitch. Madueke doesn't go back with Cucurella. It causes a problem at left wing, dragging one of the centre-backs out into that position.
First goal is going to be absolutely vital. If Chelsea get it, it's going to be game on. If Arsenal get it, it might be game over. Chelsea on the attack here with Enzo Fernandez signalling his intent. His delivery is right under Kepa Arrizabalaga, who gets a good punch on it. It is the fact that despite all of their good work defensively, high standards at the back have dropped maybe a little bit in recent weeks. 14 goals conceded Arsenal in the last 12 games. Chelsea need to hope that they on the score sheet sooner rather than later.
Set up the small, short passes. The back line of Chelsea is just set. They know it's not coming long. They can afford to press from midfield. Just upset it a little bit, going long every now and again.
Through the Milan. This is Saliba. Still challenged by Caicedo, and then Enzo Fernandez in a bit of space and ready to hit it. He does hit it. He tests the gloves of Kepa for the first time. Gusto trying to keep it alive, but fell at the last moment. And Eze trying to get clear. Chelsea haven't had any chances really in the first 45, but that's got to be the best of the ones that they've fashioned.
It was really good play from Barto. Got in a really tight spot and he just played that little ball there, Cucurella, straight out on his feet. He had time and space and he almost dived past it, Kepa. Wasn't an awful lot of pace on that. It's an easy save for him. Again, one of them that perhaps in training would just catch.
Well, Enzo Fernandez is actually in a very good spell in terms of attacking. Well, as he scored the winner at the weekend. 3 goals in his last 3 games. He's got 11 for the season. 4 assists already this campaign. He got 17 assists last season. Well won by Pedro. Well, apparently not, according to Peter Banks. Slight heart-mouth moment from Urian Timber.
I have to say that Chelsea's formation is working because Martinelli now and again has had a run. Madueke's hardly had anything. Cucurella, as soon as the ball comes over to this side, if he's in the left back position, he's as tight as you like.
Here's Eze. On the end of that free kick and just couldn't quite connect with it, wouldn't fall for him.
the right one. Pedro again.
Brilliant. That is brilliant, you have to say. So tight, so many players around. The touch is impeccable.
He's got in the way. And Caicedo is explaining that he thinks that should be his ball. Andre Santos just nicked it. Not necessarily sure that was the wisest thing to do, but he might just get away with it. And you get a second helping of the uncontested drop ball.
Yeah.
1 minute added time at the end of the first 45. Tight and tense first 45 minutes in which Chelsea have been quite happy to keep Arsenal at arm's bay. Fernandes. Again, Fernandes looking for a way through. Chelsea find it with Caicedo and Santos, and Pedro's out the other side. Cucurella. Arto. Caicedo looking for Cucurella again. You just wonder whether or not if he had allowed that to run across his body, he might have been in.
Yeah, he should have took it himself, I think. Good arm from Chelsea.
Chelsea came back from 2 goals down on Saturday. Tonight the margin that they have to reverse is just 1. And the game feels as if it's on a knife edge, really. Arsenal have held sway in meetings between the two in recent years, but the Blues have a chance to change that in the second half, and they have to if they want to get to Wembley. Arsenal lead on aggregate, but it's 0-0 on the night at half-time.
Super 6, proud sponsor of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
Nothing feels like the all-electric Mini Cooper. Now with 0% APR. And during the Mini sale event, there's additional savings across the entire Mini range. The Mini sale event, 5th to the 9th of February.
Tonight is your last chance to get up to 25% off flights in EasyJet's Big Orange sale. Plus you can get up to £500 off package holidays. Book now at easyjet.com. Get out there.
If your friend asks you a question and the answer's on your phone, shouldn't your phone just answer? Google Pixel 10.
Hi, hey sis, how's it going? I'm running so late. Are you wearing my top? Yeah. Oh, what's on here? Delicate? What's a delicate? I'll call my dad. Yeah, he'll know.
Alright, love.
Hey, Dad. Hi.
Switch your family's plans to Vodafone and get additional unlimited plans from £16 per month.
Oh, on P&O Cruises holiday, the great outdoors meets the great indoors.
Norwegian Fjords holidays from 699. P&O Cruises, holiday like never before.
Vitality is here for your health. How? They give you half-price gym membership. Yeah, give me 5 more, Gary. Vitality, your health's best friend.
Always the best music.
This is Smooth Radio. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Book now and get 22 kilograms of baggage included. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust.
If your friend asks you a question and the answer's on your phone, shouldn't your phone just answer? Google Pixel 10.
Hello, you. It's stressful when bills are coming at you from all angles. At USwitch, our experts fight for fairer prices on your energy, broadband and mobile bills, so you could switch, save and feel more protected. USwitch. We put you first. Energy, broadband, mobile.
I think there's a risk of an attack on this country.
We're looking for things that aren't there. This is what being a spy has come to, has it?
You really will lose everything. Where is it?
Where is it? I need to know who I'm married to.
Brand new Betrayal. Sunday at 9 on ITV1 and ITVX.
Super 6, proud sponsor of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
0-0 at half-time. It's pretty much stopped raining. No goals yet, so Arsenal still one in front on aggregate. Very noticeable, wasn't it, what happened with the early corner? In that Arsenal having scored from an early corner at Stamford Bridge, when they had so many men forward that Chelsea had twigged that. This is Stamford Bridge 3 weeks ago. Look how many Arsenal players are in there. 7, including one on the edge of the box.
It's congested, isn't it?
28 set-piece goals to Arsenal this season, and there's a lot of traffic. Sanchez can't get anywhere near it. Ben White scores. They twigged that, hadn't they, when it came to this evening?
Well, yeah, because what we see is Fofana do that just on a signal, they just go. You know what I mean? I've seen this before. So Olympiacos do this to Arsenal and Monaco. I think even Brighton done it as well. I'm surprised that people haven't done it more, but like at the same time, it's still a good ball in. It was still nearly a really good corner.
Obviously, you see that the set piece coach giving people back. They've obviously put more Chelsea players higher up, but he has to pull Arsenal back, which means it's less chaotic when the corner goes in. But you have to defend 1v1 better now. But obviously, you said there's such a threat from set pieces. That's an option for them.
Is there Arsenal attacking this goal in this first half? Was there a little bit of space here that Arsenal failed to exploit?
Frustrating, yeah. It was also evident in the first leg where Fofana, if you can pull him out, there's that space there. But if you can keep pulling Fofana out, there's a huge gap in behind. Didn't really play it then, missed the opportunity, but it is constantly on because of how Chelsea play. They're so aggressive and play, bang, there, play it. There's the space there, high, utilise it, play it early, play it quicker. You'd be screaming for it.
I'd love that because what's happening is in the build-up, because the build-up is slow. Fofana does want to follow. Whoever his man is, he wants to go in with him. If you watch him, and if I'm bending in behind him, I'm going to say to someone, when you've got time, watch when Fofana comes, I'm going to go.
So is Gyökeres not making that vocally obvious enough? Play me in, play the ball.
What's going on? It's not only Gyökeres, the man on the ball as well, because once the space arrives, you can see it, it's blatantly obvious to see the space behind Fofana. Should just be looking to put that in there, because the way we're playing at the minute, we're not breaking through, we're not playing through the lines. That's a great way to get in against this Chelsea side.
When we have a look at opposition, the touches in the opposition's penalty area, the 4 fewest are Arsenal's front 4. Fewest touches at all, not just in the box. Are Arsenal being too conservative tonight?
At the end of the day, they're winning this fight. They don't have to do anything for Chelsea to come at them, and I think both teams are a little bit taking each other out. But that's making an opportunity where Arsenal can exploit in behind. It's not over touches, it's direct football. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is for Chelsea to come here and be a little bit more aggressive. They have Cole Palmer and Esteban. They're in the game. They'll probably use them 60 minutes plus.
Well, that's what it feels like, doesn't it? On the hour mark, they need a goal. Those two in particular will come up.
Yeah, but in fairness to both, Esteban's travelled back to Brazil for personal reasons, and Cole Palmer came in with the Maskins, who might be a bit ill, who knows? But I would not be surprised at some bullies like this they get in.
I do think, Chelsea in the second half, they're going to have to step it up a little bit. And maybe that's a chance for Arsenal to break on them, maybe in a transitional sense, and then be ruthless when they do break. But I think it's going to open up. It has to. It can't stay like
I think Rossini will be happy enough, won't he? Because they're still in the tie. They've got 45 minutes. It's still a minute to score a goal.
So long as it's 0-0 and they're still in it, you know, if they can continue to frustrate, and then get the ball in the box. I think Liam Delap, he's played Liam Delap like that for Hull, you mentioned, didn't you?
Yeah, he's playing right tonight, mainly because he hasn't got the wingers available with Neto and Cole Palmer and Esteban not being available potentially for 90, but he has played out there. And
the thing with him as well is that he will try and get it in the box if he gets half a chance. So we'll have to see if that tactic stays, because I would play him down the middle.
Yeah.
Just looking at the Arsenal bench, Jesus, and attacking sense, Trossard, Havertz, former Chelsea player, on a knife edge here at the Emirates, 0-0 at the break. Arsenal with their noses in front by 3-2, and the Madueke Cucurella battle, in fact the Cucurella battle against anybody in an Arsenal shirt, has been worth the entrance money alone.
Super 6, the proud sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
Helen's just used Confused.com, and the weight of car insurance burdens her no more.
Mum, Helen adores you. She would love the company.
I don't like your mum.
Okay.
Insurance feels better when you've just used Confused.
What?
Dog's a bit of a period. I've actually just adopted another dog from Dog's Trust.
The crash.
4.5 puppy at home.
The crash.
Which is why I'll be in and out tonight. It's only a baby.
What's his name?
Foreshadow's danger.
I love human names of dogs.
Oh yeah.
One of my rescues a few months ago. So
Yes, I'll go and try and
Dog's a bit of a thing. I've actually just adopted.
Whatever the story behind selling your car, We Buy Any Car make it easy. Whether you're needing more boot space, buying your dream home, sick of repairs, funding a new business, switching transport, saving for your big day, off to see the world, going to uni, upgrading after a promotion, just want the cash, or simply need something bigger. Get it sold and have the cash in your bank today. To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
The first time I walked the wing, I was terrified. But that was before I spent time here.
Okay, guys, let me
We're
just put a quick stop
teachers,
to this because I've
parents,
got some shade. I have had a little look at the TUI website and I've actually found 2 options that tick all of your boxes.
For me, being part of the team is just absolutely everything.
We've got the holiday
An
village
extraordinary
Red Sea
job
in Egypt,
done by someone like you. Search prison jobs now.
Build wealth with Trading 212, the all-in-one app to invest, save, and spend. Invest in stocks and ETFs with zero commission. Trade anytime with 24-hour U.S. market access. Earn 3.6% interest with our cash ISA. Spend like an investor with our free debit card and get 1.5% cash back. Get the Trading 212 app and start building wealth today.
Skip breakfast. Knowing what's good for you is confusing. At Alpro, we keep things simple. Plant-based goodness, enriched with 5 essential nutrients like calcium, iodine, and vitamins to get the morning started. Alpro, healthy made easy.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Look at them go. Geniuses. Get free airport lounge access on 2026 5-star holidays with On the Beach. Fill your boots. Book it now. Up to a natural protection.
The Mazda CX-30, our stylish and compact SUV. Available with 0% APR representative when ordered before the 31st of March 2026. Mazda, crafted with Japanese soul. Search Mazda.
Super 6, the proud sponsors of Carabao Cup coverage on ITV.
Our exclusive international rugby coverage for the year starts on Thursday night. Make a note of that this week. Six Nations holders France take on Ireland. England play Wales Saturday afternoon at Twickenham, both available ITV1 and STV, as is the Rugby Nations Championship this summer and this autumn. Also Thursday night, live Spanish Cup football where Betis against Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey, 7:55 ITV4. Cole Palmer is warming up, and he is the sort of player, of course, who can make something happen out of nothing. What do you reckon? If it's 0-0 after 65 minutes, Ian?
Yeah, I think you probably see him. Maybe he's not best of guys. I know he's had problems, but the fact is, the longer they can keep it like that, you know, they can. I personally, I'm going to go for it. I think Arsenal should be going for it as well. Leave it with no doubt. You know, at the moment, I think we're a bit too conservative. I think we should be going for it a bit more and see if we can just get this done.
I just think Arsenal, Arteta, there's nothing wrong with it. He's just a no-risk manager. And at the moment, there's no need to risk anything. The risk is more on Chelsea to get back into the game. And yeah, Cole Palmer, who's played 90 minutes this week, so got that in his belt. I suspect he'll feature.
But it's the risk for Arsenal. I take your point, of course I do. That one mistake, one bounce of the ball, one iffy refereeing decision, and without actually asking any questions, suddenly the tie is level, and then you have to change it.
I get that, but Declan Rice played the ball into midfield and it was given away, and Arteta straight away said, no, play it out wide, we don't play it in the central areas. And look, there's nothing wrong with it. You're top of the table in the Premier League. You're in 4 competitions. That's his style. There's no snobbery to that. Might not be exciting, but that's my opinion of why he does what he does.
And the thing about that is, guys, I've got a lot of respect for that, but the fact is that to win leagues, to win games, at some stage you've got to show something, you've got to do something. And as much as I know we're still in this game with one game up, it seems to me like, are we trying to just hang on to that and take whatever we get, rather than going, getting it done, so as maybe we can get some rest for some of these players?
You've got a great bench right in, so we'll see if he might play that as well, but for now it's for Chelsea that need to get back into this game, and he's a key player.
Chelsea have not made a change at half-time. Arsenal's bench is so strong. If any of them played this Saturday against Sunderland in the league, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. We actually saw the next generation getting their shares, the young scholars, and one of them is called Emerson Waneri, brother of Ethan. Production line continues.
Good luck to Ethan as well.
Yes, good luck to Ethan. Absolutely. Well, no changes to Arsenal at half-time. We're going to go back up to the commentary box. If you absolutely love your football, you might have noticed that in the transfer window, Arsenal signed a right-back from Stoke called Dixon. And we can say that great Uncle Lee is absolutely true. Here he is with Sam Matthews.
Towering centre-back who can play right-back, Jayden. Started at Tottenham, signed from Stoke in the window, signed as an 18-year-old yesterday. He probably didn't cost more than the last Dixon to come from Stoke. He worked out. I reckon he's on more money than you were in 1988.
I can guarantee he's probably on more money than I was in 2002 when I retired.
I hate to tell you this, I actually think he did cost more than you as well. Only just. It was 38 years ago, though, so relation does count.
He's a towering centre-half as well, so the similarities are there. Good luck to him.
He's definitely not a relation of Lee. But he's a towering centre-back, probably tells you that. Mikel Arteta making no changes at half-time. Neither Chelsea, but almost a third of Chelsea's goals under Liam Rosenior have been scored by substitutes. Alejandro Garnacho came off the bench and scored twice in the first leg. They do need a goal tonight. And these two teams are the most prolific teams across Europe straight after half-time, so keep your eyes peeled. Ian Wright wants Arsenal to go for it a bit more in the second half. Koulibaly suggesting that Arsenal are plotting their course through the game, like plotting their course through the season quite strategically and methodically. How do you see it second half, Lee Dixon?
Yeah, I think knowing Mikel and the way that Arsenal do play the game,
Here's Pedro looking to try and find an early opening. Kepa can't stop it from going out for the first corner of the second half.
Yeah, I certainly don't think there's any reason to go for it too early in the second half from an Arsenal point of view. They are winning the tie. There's a lot of chances from Chelsea's point of view in that first half. Although Mikel will be a little bit disappointed how they passed the ball through the lines a couple of times, but no need to panic for either team right now.
And Enzo Fernandez to take the corner at the start of the second half. There was a bit of pushing and shoving there, and it's bundled goalwards and deflected behind eventually off a Chelsea body. They are going to just have a quick check here for a possible penalty. There was wrestling going on between Saliba and João Pedro in that penalty area, Lee.
Yeah, early on as well, before the kick was taken, they grabbed hold of each other. Just look at them there in the middle of the screen. They both got hold of each other. Saliba goes down and he drags João Pedro with him, but before the corner was taken anyway, so but nothing doing. VAR just ruling that out.
It's checked and cleared. Their last 14 games against Arsenal. Reece James, Romelu Lukaku on the score sheet. Last time Chelsea beat Arsenal. Carabao from the bench tonight. He's made a real effort to get back with the team after a trip to Brazil. Fellow Brazilian Martinelli trying to cause problems for Chelsea, but came to nothing.
Quick into the tackle on situation. He's getting trying to do his legs up to the side.
These are terrific Chelsea supports teenager, 18 years of age, 6 goals this season already. Had to go back to Brazil this week for personal reasons. Missed the West Ham game. Won't be a superstar. Cracker against Palace the other week, didn't he? With the winner against Liverpool. Goal against Barcelona. Here's Madueke. Bursting down that right-hand side, looking to get the better of Harto. Zubamendi. Carabao. Eza. Now Madueke teasing his way into a crossing position. It's a decent ball, maybe just a little bit too long. But he made room for the cross with a little dart inside, a bit of body swerving from Cucurella.
Yeah, very similar to the position he took up at the weekend, just cutting in on that left foot and put a brilliant couple of balls in then. That one just a little bit overhit. But men in the box, it's a better start. He didn't really have an awful lot of success in the first half.
Still now warming up. Leandro Trossard warming up for Arsenal and Christian Norgard as well. See, just starting to get ready down in front of us. I don't know whether that might have been a little bit premature, but Carabao certainly getting primed, I think. João Pedro taking the ball out of the sky well, wanted more from Enzo Fernandez. Gyökeres has got in front of Fofana.
That's better from Gyökeres. 3 touches in the first half already. That touch is the best one he's had all game. Nicely put into the channel with his chest and nearly put Martinelli away.
You're in Timber.
See, that's the one. Madueke comes short. Timber looks like he's going to play it and just whip it round down into the channel for Gyökeres. He's willing to make that run, but you've got to put the ball in there for him.
Lining with Carabao. Casino back to Chalobah. Finds a route to Fernandez. He's being handled by Zubamendi. Santos comes away with the ball. He actually was ready to go, and the referee then blew the whistle and gave Chelsea the free kick. Gusto. Oh, a little bit of a heavy touch, which almost gave it straight to Martinelli. Fofana comes to Chelsea's rescue. from Caicedo. Cover from Harto. Another chance for Gyökeres to run. He tried to outmuscle Chalobah, but Harto was there on the cover. It's important for him to have a good evening tonight. He had a difficult game in the match at the weekend against West Ham. He wasn't the only one.
As I said, we were levered up in the first half. Made some changes at half time. There's a completely different Chelsea team in the second half. Completely different West Ham team, to be fair, as well. They dropped off and really invited Chelsea on top.
They try to run down the side pass. Gusto just has to body check him. Also going on between the two. And he's done well. He's back there helping. And Capio involving a wrestling match. Gabriel outputting João Pedro. João Pedro pitching it back. It's a bit more like it.
There's lots of booing going on from the Arsenal fans. I thought the referee that pretty good there. Peter Banks just let stuff go. We want to see that. That is a foul.
Well, he's not going to let this go. He's going to come over and have a word with Mikel Arteta, and he's going to book him. This is the reason why he's been booked. Have a look.
I don't know what was being said, but it seems like a smile on his face.
That's both of them happy, didn't it? I think there was a little bit more of that footage where it eventually goes a little bit more tense and terse, but maybe it's something he said.
Yeah, I think a lip reader would let us know what that was.
Palmer and Esteban both warming up away to our left-hand side. Some substitutes coming back now. Right amongst them, Morgard, Havertz. He was in the Chelsea team the last time that Chelsea beat Arsenal. It's a good turn from Enzo Fernandez. Comes forward again, Delap. As if he was pushed there by Gabriel. He's generated a free kick, a good 8 yards outside the penalty area, in danger territory.
Too short, you need to tackle him there. He's not really going anywhere. Potentially a good angle for Fernandez to put this in a dangerous area.
Good from set pieces, Chelsea. They've scored a few headed goals this season. Pedro Chalobah, who scored from a corner actually in the game in November between these two. Delap, Fana, all up. Ready to try and attack this ball from Enzo Fernandez. It's a huge goal for them. Swirls it in towards that near post. It's headed away by Rice, and Harto is shut down by Eza very quickly. Now Arsenal looking for an escape route. Delap has taken Madueke out, and he's going to get booked for that.
He's saying he didn't touch him. It looked like he did from here, but his assistant wasn't that far away, so let's have a look here. And didn't really have a lot of contact, was there? Maybe just put him off balance, and that's why he went down. There is some contact to his left leg, but see what he was complaining about.
Palmer asked about to be called by Liam the senior. Chelsea about to make a double change. creating a bit of pressure here, Arsenal, for no reason. Saliba, it's away from Andre Santos. The crowd enjoyed that. And he bounced forward now. Madueke, teasing into a crossing position. Trying to catch out on it, Sanchez. Never likely to do it from that sort of range.
Just need a little bit more quality from this position. As soon as you check in, you've got to deliver something. He's normally pretty good at that. Almost caught between us, cross and the shot. Those two changes that are coming on for Chelsea has to change the dynamics of any team and the quality they've got, the pair of them.
Saliba there. And Esteban might have been able to. Cole Palmer is being given the final instructions from his head coach. Gabriel. Touch by Fofana. There. Instructions that are being handed out. Gabriel. Madueke. Gokares trying to outpace Chalobah. Interestingly, Chelsea are going to change the shape here because Delap, well, the plan was for Delap and Pato to come off, but Gusto has gone down here and they may have to rethink the substitutions now, Lee.
He's got his hand on his stomach, or he's got some sort of... He's waving. He's waving at the bench to say, I need some assistance.
Maybe it's just a take on some energy gel, but they are preparing to bring on Esteban and Cole Palmer. Now it looks as if maybe they're going to bring somebody else back and make a triple change. Just as back on his feet again. It's a crucial time in the game. Chelsea know that one goal takes us to extra time. At some point, they're going to have to take a risk in the match. They haven't done much of that so far. There is a 21 there somewhere, and Jarrell Hato is coming off. You just can't quite see it on that officials board. Esteban and Palmer on for Otto and Liam Delap. That is confirmed now. It's Josh Champon who's getting ready just in case Malagusto has to come off. He's just readied himself now. Malagusto looks as if he's going to continue for now.
Now straight over to that left-hand side, and a little hug with Timber, which would never have happened in my day.
Doesn't matter.
What's going on there? Anyway, different game now, isn't it?
It's just giving him the love. So that when he goes past him at rapid speed, maybe shows him a little bit of charity. Let's see what he can do. Always brings an edge of excitement to a game. Madueke. advancing forward, being chased by three in blue. Stopped by Cucurella and cleared away towards João Pedro, but Saliba is there and it's slipped from Esteval. Augusto back on, Gyökeres trying to get in behind Chalobah. Swing has taken a tumble, but the referee is not very forthcoming with a free kick.
60, 70 yards away.
Well, we've hit the hour mark. We're awaiting the breakthrough in the game. Chelsea need a goal to stay in the tie and send it to extra time. A goal for Arsenal probably takes them to Wembley. He's managed games well so far. Liam, the subs have made differences in matches. See if they make a difference here. This is Cole Palmer, one of those. Emerging off the bench to try and influence the proceedings. Cucurella. Their defence holds firm and they continue with their very clean sheet record, then they'll be through for the arch. The 22nd of March. Campbell puts it behind. It was a good run actually by Malagusto. It's out for a corner.
Yeah, he was. Played the ball inside and then Cafe just switched off a little bit. Gusto continuing his run. A little bit more pace on that ball inside the full-back and he's away.
Three on the penalty spot for Chelsea. One under the goalkeeper is João Pedro. Palmer is just crossing into the penalty area on the right side now. Is outside the box. It's Enzo Fernandez with a low delivery that travels a very long way. Cucurella tries to return it with interest. This is the target.
Yeah, he took his time as well. Setting himself. Might get the bend on it.
He came off the bench at half-time at the bridge on Saturday at West Ham, made a material difference. Scored the equalising goal. Forward by Gabriel. Gyökeres with a flicked header. Knocked up by Cucurella again. That's the balls by the Spaniard. Arsenal's squad depth sets them apart. They haven't had a shot for a very long time in this game now. Palmer to Enzo Fernandez to Esteban. Looking to put a thrill of excitement into the Chelsea fans. Sets it back for Enzo Fernandez again. He's had a couple of efforts from the edge of the area. First one tested kept early, the Malaga, that one didn't.
Yeah, they're just starting to knock on the door a little bit, Chelsea. Good play again down that left-hand side. Brilliant. Should be hitting the target from there. He's got plenty of time to set himself.
By not taking the game to Chelsea and powering away from them in that first half and almost sort of allowing the game to become quite cagey, it means that Chelsea now have got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, they've had that since the start of the game, and it was obviously very cagey in the first half an hour of the game. It opened up a little bit. Ultimately, as the game goes on, both sides will be encouraged because Arsenal, as it stays like this, going to Wembley, and Chelsea, as you said, they did get a goal. It would change everything. And they're not risking everything in order to try and get that pressure on. They're just slowly starting to ease their way into the last third against Chelsea, against Arsenal.
Can't Arteta isn't particularly happy on the touchline. He's in close conference with Albert Stuyvenberg, one of his trusted assistants.
Yeah, we do feel some substitutions coming too.
Gabriel being chased by João Pedro. Those two hoping to be in Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil squad for the World Cup. All sent forward towards João Pedro, who collides with Gabriel. The referee immediately gesticulates that there is no offence there.
Didn't look like it, just looked like a natural coming together. It's just about to see it here. It just puts an arm on his shoulder and he goes down immediately.
Checked by the VAR, James Bell. He doesn't have Bukayo Saka, he's injured tonight. Mikel Merino picks up a foot injury at the weekend. But he does have one hell of a bench. He's added to his coaching staff in the summer. Gabriel Heinze, formerly of Manchester United and Real Madrid, is part of his team now, and he is going to bring on Kai Havertz. Zubamendi finding Gyökeres, trying to steer that centrally away by Gusto, not the best of headers, comes back to Nkapie. He flicks it towards Madueke, but it's an easy clutch for Sanchez.
Yeah, good throw out as well. Quick from the goalkeeper.
João Pedro.
Talks about Arsenal, you know, having a go and taking the game to Chelsea. I'm not too sure that they've got the capability of that tonight, because Chelsea look very, very well organised.
Gusto. Away from Nkapie there. Did he dive? That's the big question. Or was he fouled?
No, he dived and he knows it. That's why he's staying down a little bit. Sheepish, getting a yellow card for his troubles. He thought there was a challenge coming in. It didn't appear. There's the touch. There's the challenge coming in. Nowhere near him. He kind of knows it. Why did they do that?
Off comes Victor Gyökeres and on comes Kai Havertz, formerly of Chelsea, the man who scored the winning goal for Chelsea in the Champions League final of 2021. Now very much an Arsenal man. He actually has a really good goal-scoring record for Arsenal. Scored not too long ago in the Champions League for them on a return to action. Kai Havertz, his first goal in nearly a year against Kairat. Adds a little bit of culture and class to the front line. Madueke's work is done for the night. He's going to be replaced by Leandro Trossard, who's come up with some big moments himself. His last goal in that statement win over Aston Villa. He's always coming up with big contributions and is very popular around here. So Chelsea have added two into their attack in Estevao and Cole Palmer, and Mikel Arteta has responded in kind with Trossard and Havertz. Correa by Rice. Now Trossard. That's all over a throw-in. Interesting to see how that sort of reconfigured Arsenal attack shapes up. Looks like Martinelli's gone out to the right-hand side.
Yeah, just swapped over. Trossard very comfortable on his left-hand side.
Greatest delivery from Rice, and Chelsea looking to escape here with Enzo Fernandez being chased by Zubamendi. Estevao's lost it straight to Urian Timber. Trying to get away from Estevao, who commits a foul. He gets a yellow card for his troubles. He's got a little bit frustrated there, didn't he, the boy from Brazil?
All over him, just about now onwards.
Arsenal very well placed in 4 competitions right now, top of the league, into the last 16 of the Champions League. They can park that for a little while. want to get to Wembley in this competition. He's trying to stop them. Chelsea are going to stop Arsenal from getting to first League Cup final since 2018 then. Well, going to need to find a goal. Scored twice off the bench in the first leg. This tie is about to get stripped and ready for action, I think. Esteban comes out to this right-hand side and Garnacho goes out to the left. Rice spotted the run of Timber. Couldn't find the pass that was required to find him.
Feel Garnacho that he owes his manager a performance after the weekend. First half.
You weren't impressed with that, were you?
My word. I mean, he just had one of those days. I mean, he's got that in him, to be fair. He's also got a brilliant set of feet and he can create an awful lot of stuff. Doesn't do it often enough, and the weekend he was very poor, so he owes his manager one.
Seemed to be all over the back of Martinelli there. Referee eventually gives the free kick in Chelsea's favour. They want to move it quickly. They've done that, and then there was something off the ball, which has resulted in Mendy going down. And Peter Banks is being encouraged to take further action against Cucurella. Santos, who went in on Zubimendi, and then as he got up, I think he tripped him. And the referee just calling over both captains to express his disgust at the antics. And they are just checking here for a possible kick out from Andre Santos. I don't think there was too much in that league.
I didn't see it, to be honest with you. There was an awful lot of... not a lot going on, to be honest with you. It's just a little trick. It's certainly not serious foul play.
Nothing in it, I don't think, and that will be the last act that Andre Santos manages in this fixture, because he is going to be replaced by Alejandro Garnacho.
15 minutes left.
Santos just encouraging his teammates. Garnacho is on. He will go out to that left-hand side. Esteban will go towards this near touchline. And that might just mean a little reconfiguration. Chelsea again. Enzo Fernandez going a little bit deeper. Santos into Gusto. Pedro wanted to get it back to Cole Palmer, stopped by his England colleague, but Esteban was on hand to win it back, and now a little drag back from Cole Palmer. He's into Rice again. Interesting battle.
He's been trying to get the ball. Cole Palmer has been wandering down that 10 position, standing in decent positions, not necessarily got the ball. He had a couple of opportunities then to do a bit of magic, but it closed in on him. Chelsea need him now, 15 minutes to go.
Esteban. Zubimendi does his job. Supports Esteban on his tracks. Trossard a little bit loose, Eze. Back to Saliba. Eze again, and they've got runners down each side, and may have been better, instead of playing a straight ball, to play one into the channel.
Timber was away. Garnacho and he run into the space, and he was off, but nobody saw him.
The winger I think he might have enjoyed playing against.
Oh. Christmas come early.
I'm not entirely sure there was that much contact on Eberichieza, but certainly went down.
Delayed strip. Some go down and don't get free kicks, and some people do.
Down in instalments in that occasion. He got the payout. Well, here's Eberichieza and Declan Rice discussing what to do from this situation. Declan Rice is going to take responsibility for the delivery. Kai Havertz, Piero Hincapié, Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel all lined up. They've sent it wide to Trossard to get a better angle. They've lost the ball. It's come back to Rice. And now on to Zubamendi, who's floated it to the far post. Gabriel is there and so is Cucurella. And it could be a match-saving block now from Cucurella, because they had a man over at the far post, and Gabriel, when he's in that position, usually that ends in a goal.
Well, he was there waiting for it. Great little ball, just hung it up. Zubamendi, he's waiting for it. Gabriel gets a good header on it. Cucurella, to be fair to him, just faces him in. Hit me, and he did. Good defending from the full-back.
That was Arsenal's first shot of the second half. 77 on the clock.
They haven't had a corner since that one. We only had 2 corners, haven't we?
First half, yeah. Take from them an attacking sense in the second 45. Caicedo allowed to turn. Enzo Fernandez sliding it forward. Cole Palmer, very central from Chelsea. Esteval thinks he should get a free kick. The referee has concurred. This is in a dangerous zone.
Yeah, good play from Chelsea again. Pinged into João Pedro. Great touch, then pinged into Esteval. He goes to shoot. Gabriel's foot comes in, kicks the back of it. And this is a really, really dangerous position.
It's a bit central, isn't it? And it's within range.
I always think the central one, the goalkeeper's got a decision to make. Which side he makes his wall, which side does he prefer to dive to. I think they're difficult for goalkeepers at times.
Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer can both hit them. Who is best placed to do so? It's a big chance for Chelsea, who haven't had too many and haven't created too many.
Causing a bit of trouble as well. He's standing.
Possibly force extra time.
Sure, Timber will just run up.
It's Declan Rice terrible.
Stand there and mark people. Let's get
It's not. It's Chelsea.
Getting a little bit distracted is having a word with the referee. He's not in a legal position there for Parner. He can stand where he wants, as long as he's not standing in the way of the goalkeeper and his sight line and prevents him from playing the ball.
I mean, he can't. Keeper's pushing him away. He's allowed to stand where he wants.
Keeper's miles towards his right-hand side. He's standing on the post.
He's trying to line the ball up to begin with, and Parner's not allowing him. But there's no rule to say he can't stand wherever he wants.
Two Chelsea players standing in an offside position. Got to be a little bit careful that they are not distracting Kepa, because they don't want any attempts on target ruled out because of that. There is a wall and then a draft excluder. They're standing now too close to where the free kick is supposed to be taken. And they're being pushed back by Peter Banks, because as Moises Caicedo is trying to do there, outlining the line was painted, they've stepped over. Cole Palmer looks as if he's going to take it. It is Cole Palmer. It's into the wall, and there was a claim of that ball. There's a deflection on the way through as the shot comes in from Carabao.
Well, they're checking VAR possible penalties. Enzo Fernandez shouted straight away. They all go up. It's on top of his shoulder. That's not handball at all. Like the ball was about 7 yards away by the time he took the free kick. They all ran forward and jumped.
a corner kick to Chelsea. Those have very quickly been checked and cleared. And there's 9 minutes to go. The goal for Chelsea now changes the complexion of the tie. And it goes to the near post. It's flicked by Fofana. It was a collision with Gusto and Declan Rice at the near post.
Another check, VAR having a look at. Must be that one.
Gusto runs straight to Rice from the corner kick. But again, it's been another night where there's been a bit of tension, there's been a bit of angst. There's still 8 minutes. 8 minutes for him to hang on to a place at Wembley. Reach a cup final again. He's won one major honour in his 6 years at Arsenal. That was the 2020 FA Cup final. Against Chelsea at Wembley, an empty Wembley during the COVID season. At the end of August, the cup final was played at. Very odd experience, but a winning one for Arsenal. They would like to have that winning feeling again. Fofana away. Here is Martinelli chasing towards the corner. Gusto. And that was a little bit short from him, and Martinelli has got it back again. Now Leandro Trossard. Arsenal on the attack here with men inside the box. They can't find one of them. It's brilliant from João Pedro again. Great holding play.
It's just sensational. Giving one ball away tonight. Brilliant.
Gives it away to Eze. Eze now on the charge. He beats Martinelli. Carabao with a challenge. It might have been a dodgy one. The referee says no penalty. Martinelli thought he was clipped there by Carabao. Was there contact on the ball first, or did he take the man out?
It looked like he got something on the ball, and then his follow through looks like he brings Martinelli down. I think the initial challenge, I think he's fine. He's outside the box. The challenge is outside the box first. He takes the ball, and then his follow through. Martinelli, the legs get tangled up. It's not a penalty for me.
They are checking a possible penalty because of the leg that comes round. They say they're going to clear it because he plays the ball because there is natural contact after the ball has gone. That's the words of the VAR. There is no penalty given.
I see his left leg follow through, and Martinelli tries to jump over it and catches it, but I think, as you said, the natural force of two players coming together, the winning of the ball, I think is just about right from the referee and VAR.
Just before that, we are up here in the middle of the Arsenal crowd. You might have heard, now the microphone's picked up a bit of industrial language. If that offended you, we are full of apology. Here is Gusto. Emotions are running high, especially up here actually. Tampon is about to come on for Chelsea. Up towards Esteban. Is there going to be late drama in this game? Five minutes, normal time to play. As we introduce the Chelsea backline.
Almost there.
Played in semi-finals when final minutes has been quite hurtful.
Have you? Elaborate.
Obviously it wasn't the Carabao Cup, it was the other cup. Yes, thanks.
That's what it are. Here is Enzo Fernandez.
Just that feeling then that goes down the back of your spine when you think of something horrible.
He's referring to a very good goal against Arsenal for Manchester United. Here is Esteban with a cross into the box. Flicked away by Arsenal defence. Cucurella keeps Chelsea in possession here. firm defence has just got to hold firm for another 4 minutes. Rarely been tested by Chelsea. One goal changes everything. Chelsea, remember, have got a habit of springing surprises late in games. They got a very late winner against West Ham at the weekend. Came from behind to beat Napoli last Wednesday. Ian Rossigna has installed a little bit of character amongst them. Bafana, coming across which didn't quite work out. Away by Gabriel. It's a Chelsea throw. Mikel Arteta runs it over. Ian Rossigna has tried to control it and failed. Malagus is off. Joshua Champong is on. As Chelsea make a like-for-like switch at right back. Excellent from Joshua Champong. Straight into the thick of the action. Chelsea want to take the free kick quickly and not allowed to. Mean that they decide to sling this into the box now, Lee.
Shouldn't be any thought about it. Said that, but I'm trying to take a quick one.
Cueva, the set-piece coach, is out on the edge of the technical area. Liam Rossigna is almost on the pitch. Mikel Arteta is doing a little dance down in front of us as well, trying to organise his team. It's Enzo Fernandez delivers the ball into the box. Fofana flicks it on. Goal kick. The Carabao Cup final between either Arsenal and Chelsea or Manchester City and Newcastle is going to be live on ITV1 on Sunday the 22nd of March. Someone's going to lift the first set piece of the set piece silverware of the season. Commentary against Middlesbrough. Top two in the Championship. Monday 16th of February is live on ITV4 and ITV8 at 7:30. We've dropped a few points, haven't they, in recent weeks, and Middlesbrough are going well under their new manager. Here is Nkapia.
From Arsenal's point of view, no mistakes, keep the ball, preferably in Chelsea's half, hit the corners, plenty of channel running.
They haven't threatened that much tonight, Leicester, but they haven't had to. It was never their game to win, they just had to not lose it. And right now, they're heading to Wembley. Has Chelsea can come up with something? Caicedo needs to keep his feet though, and he didn't quite do that there, and now Havertz has got the chance to send Trossard away. Not exactly breaking a neck to get into the penalty area here, Arsenal. There is going to be 6 minutes of added time. Trossard kept the ball well there. It's Correa. Nacho did get back to help out his teammates, and now Moises Caicedo trying to shuffle the ball out to Cucurella. Chelsea need a little bit of chaos in the game now to try and create a bit of urgency and a bit of tension.
Yeah, need to force the issue, try and win a free kick. Get the ball in the box as soon as you can. As you said, there's still 6 minutes of injury time.
Here's Enzo Fernandez, room to shoot. And he's overhit that. I think he just quite got a little bit excited, saw the headlines starting to be written, and he's well underneath that. But Chelsea do have 6 minutes to try and find the equaliser.
Got to get a full press on now, Chelsea. As soon as the ball is into that midfield, take a chance.
They need to start launching it really, don't they, and getting it into the Arsenal final third. Those Chelsea fans who are, some of them getting very wet away to our right-hand side. There are 2 balls on the pitch. The Arsenal fans have thrown one in from the clock end away to our right. Esteban has put it back into them. Kepa Balaga is suggesting that he should be booked for that. I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. Balaga taking his time. The referee has indicated that he will add all of this on. Chelsea came here looking for a comeback.
Minutes away.
been able to find their way through the red wall. The red wall that has kept 19 clean sheets already this season.
Yeah.
He's only one defeat in 19 here over the course of this campaign. Arsenal don't usually lose at home. It happened against Manchester United. It's the only time this season that anyone has walked away with 3 points or a victory. Another ball being thrown on the pitch here to delay proceedings. Becoming a bit of a trend. How would he be feeling? I think the other thing is they've given it enough, Chelsea.
I'll tell you in 5 minutes time.
It's that much on the knife edge. One kick of a football can change everything. Declan Rice away. Lafana, by Trossard. Comes through to Robert Sanchez, who needs to get it forward. Chelsea were criticised actually in the game at Stamford Bridge against Arsenal when they needed a goal for playing it out from the back and keeping it too deep and not throwing everything forward.
Well, if they were to go out, Arsenal go to Wembley, then that's where they've lost it. Not lost it tonight. Well, they lost it at Stamford Bridge. There could have been, as Ian said earlier on, could have been more goals down.
Here's Cole Palmer though, trying to make some magic happen, but again Declan Rice is there. Again Arsenal fought the attempted Chelsea charge.
As anywhere will do at the moment for a red shirt, they just want to get it on the other end of the pitch.
To that first leg as well, the costly mistakes from Rob Sanchez. Are trying to roar them up the Wembley way. Visit to Wembley is a cherished thing. There's a lot of discussion about silverware and its value. So many teams chasing it. There's only a handful of trophies you can lift. This is one of them, and it's the first of the season. Arsenal looking to be the first ones in the final. Garnacho, Chalobah, Caicedo. Towards Garnacho again, good defending from Martinelli. Chelsea keep it on the edge of the box. Fernandes trying to poke it through. Jean Pedro couldn't keep hold of it on that occasion.
Chelsea trying to go through the middle. They've got to go around the outside and in the box.
Palmer, Enzo Fernandez. He's got Esteban on this near side of the right. They unlock him. On Nkapia, stuck to him like glue. Enzo Fernandez to Palmer, back to Enzo Fernandez again. Fernandez trying to drift it into the box. Jean Pedro with a header, comes down to Wes Fofana. Can't get his shot away. He's kept it alive though. Caicedo trying to get everyone in the box. He strikes it. It goes out for a throw-in. Liam Rosenior running down the touchline.
Last touch, chance.
Hold on. Throw into the box. Cucurella through the legs of Nkapia. Caicedo, blind pass picked off by Eze. Away by Rice and more relief for the Arsenal defence. They are sinking backwards a little bit here, Arsenal.
Last chance,
protect what's behind them. Concentrate on what's in front of you.
Cole Palmer.
Oh shit, Hearts lost.
Garnacho is wide out on the left. His cross easily blocked. And now a chance to break away. Rice just thumps it clear. Anywhere will do. Sanchez is going to get there ahead of Martinelli. We're into the final minute that's been allotted. It might be just a smidging extra. Probably just one chance for Chelsea now. One more shot in the dark. Can they force extra time with the last kick of the game? Caicedo. Forward towards Esteban. Back to Caicedo again. Chelsea loading up the back post. Caicedo trying to force it. Might not go out for a corner this. Cucurella steering it backwards. It was a This is it. But Carabao has it again. Chelsea need to sling it in. Caicedo trying to do that.
This is officially it. And that's going to be it. The Gunners are going to Wembley.
They need to concentrate and get back on the pitch. The Arsenal players celebrating behind the goal. The referee's not blown his whistle yet.
7th minute of added time.
Allotted 6 minutes. The referee is being urged to blow his whistle. Forward by Cucurella. Still, Peter Banks has not blown the full-time whistle. And now Arsenal get a chance to kill it. Havertz is in the middle.
And he could literally seal the deal. The Gunners are going to Wembley. And that's how you win a semi-final.
Arsenal reach their first cup final since 2020. And it's Kai Havertz who leads Mikel Arteta's team up Wembley Way and under the arch. Chelsea caught out on the break. And look what it means to those Arsenal players. And after a year of injury and sitting on the sidelines, Kai Havertz gets the goal that takes Arsenal back to the showpiece event under the arch.
Well, he's been sorely missed. A lot of talk about centre forwards, but he's been out for ever so long. He's come back and put Arsenal in a Wembley final. There's always going to be a chance of a breakaway at the end. Rice finds him in the middle. Martinelli's to Paul. He's never going to pass it. He was ahead of him anyway. Probably would have been offside, but he brilliantly takes it round Sanchez with a bit of a body swerve into an open net. And all the damage, as far as Chelsea are concerned, was done at Stamford Bridge. Just too much of an uphill task to come here and get that goal, and in the end, Arsenal have won it 4-2.
Well, they knew that Chelsea would have to come after them. They knew that Chelsea would have to throw everything at it right at the end. If it was finally poised like this, and they were ready to pounce. They did pounce, and they won it.
Finish.
The League Cup never short of drama, and never short of a story. The set-piece kings, the clean sheet merchants, and League Cup finalists, Arsenal, are heading to Wembley.
Yeah, and you have to say over the two legs, they do deserve it. They played ever so well at Stamford Bridge. Some mistakes, as you said, from Sanchez in that game. And that 3-2